Hi, I'm JoJo. Welcome to my corner. My story today is going to be about how I became ambidextrous. So if you don't know what ambidextrous means, it's where you use both hands no matter which hand you were born dominant in. So, I was born left-handed, and I used my left hand all the way up until I started school. And when I was in school, I started school in the late 80s. And back then, they were not very accepting of left-handed people. Everything was made for right-handed people. The desks were shaped for right-handed people. They didn't really make student left-handed scissors, things like that. And so when I was in kindergarten, my teacher, every time she would see me writing, when she was walking past my desk, she would snatch the pencil out of my hand and she would say, "You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong." Oh my goodness. I always hated to hear that. "You're doing it wrong." And she would put my hand on the desk, my right hand, and make me hold my pencil with my right hand. And so I had to learn how to be right-handed at the same time that everyone else was learning so much other stuff. I was learning that stuff too, but I had the added pressure of trying to learn how to write with my right hand, even though I was left-hand dominant. So it was really hard, but I really enjoyed school, and I liked learning, and I liked doing new things. And so I eventually adjusted. It took me up until the end of first grade, and I actually had the same teacher in kindergarten and first grade. And so she would do the same thing. Walk by and tell me I'm doing it wrong if I was writing with my left hand, and she really congratulated me whenever I wrote with my right hand. And then I became very dominant in my right hand, even though everything else with my left hand was the same. It was still my strong hand. It was still my strong side. And then when I got to second grade, my best friend broke her right hand when she fell off the swing sets. And so my childhood friend broke her right hand in second grade, and then I had to watch her learn how to write with her left hand for a couple of months while her hand and arm was in a cast. And then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, what if I ever break my hand? And now I can't write with my left hand anymore. So I started learning how to write with my left hand again, and I started practicing writing with both hands. And it was a challenge, but I did it. And I stayed practiced up because, you never know if you might need to use in your opposite hand. And watching my friends struggle from an outside perspective was almost more difficult than when I was trying to learn how to write with my other hand. And I was like, I don't ever want it to be that difficult again. So I continued it. I continued practicing things with my right and my left hand. And I noticed that I really enjoyed the balance. Now, as I've grown, I have remained dominant when it comes to writing and doing intricate work with my right hand. And when it comes to carrying heavy things or doing anything that would require a lot of physical strength or balance, I tend to use my left side more dominantly. And so each side has things that they do to keep us in balance. But that is the story of how I became ambidextrous. And I'm curious whether or not any of you are ambidextrous. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening to my story. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And we'll chat next time.